So there's this phrase that holds back a lot of people, and I'm going to be ensuring after this video that you are not somebody who falls for this trap. And the statement is 9 out of 10 businesses fail. Now, a statement like this annoys me to the point where even the thought of it just brings anger to me, which is why I'm so passionate that I have nothing planned for this video. I'm just coming here to talk to you guys about this. So from looking at it, I thought of 3 to 4 angles of ways to destroy this point. Now, the first way that I want to look at it, if you truly believe 9 out of 10 businesses fail, I come to you with the same logic and say, if 9 out of 10 businesses fail, why not have 10 attempts or 10 businesses? Obviously, it's not smart to have 10 businesses at the exact same time, but why not have 10 attempts at business in your life? Because if you truly believe 9 out of 10 businesses fail, of course, I'm not an idiot. I do understand how probability works. Or because it says 9 out of 10 businesses fail, doesn't mean if you have 10 businesses, it means that you will have one successful one. But I look at it and say, the odds are enough to play around with. If 9 out of 10 businesses fail and you give yourself 10 tries, well then potentially, most likely, one of them will do well. Even funny enough is that from the first to the last, if each time you have a business, you iterate and you try and improve yourself by step, and you say, okay, cool, in this first business, this is where I went wrong. Okay, cool, the market was doing this. Maybe I shouldn't have been in this. Maybe I wasn't doing this right. And you keep saying, okay, this is a point where I could have improved, and you take it on to the next. By attempt number 3 or 4, you would have enough information to potentially become successful. I myself, I've had 6 attempts. My first ever business was when I was 13 years old. And I started an illegal shoe reselling company. Sorry, but it's the truth. Please don't come for me. After that, my next business was a clothing brand. Yes, I was going to say clothes reselling, but a clothing brand. Alongside of that, I had a reselling business. That one was legal. And I believe both of them were at the age of 15 to 16 during the first lockdown. My next business after that was, what was the next one? Was a coaching business? No, it was dropshipping. It was dropshipping. It was Etsy dropshipping around the time of 2023 to 2024. I spoke about this in other videos. After that, it was my coaching business, where I created my first ever school community. Then the business which I have right now, which is my agency. It took me 6 attempts to get to where I am today. If I believed from the statement that 9 out of 10 businesses fail, I would never have had 6 attempts. But I've never even looked at that statement. I only actually found out about that statement from the age of 13, and I'll touch more upon that later on. But me looking at that statement, I say, well then just have more attempts. Just keep trying. Because if I keep trying, well, probability will say, eventually, I have a 1 out of 10 chance of me hitting the right thing. Most likely. And from those 6 attempts, well, let's say from the 5 prior attempts, I just kept improving. After Etsy dropshipping and my coaching business, the amount of skills that I learned enabled me to get a good job. From getting a good job like that, it improved my self-confidence in myself. And I went into this business, and since then, only good things have been coming from there. So I say, if you believe such a statement, why don't you also believe if I try 10 times, I'll be able to improve myself. I'll be able to at least find one business that works. And if you keep studying and trying to improve, you will most likely land on the right thing to do. If you look at business as what it is, a business is an organization. A business is a collective ideals of certain people, or a business is the desires of a few people or one person. Then we can agree to say that it's not a business that fails. It's not 9 out of 10 businesses that fails. It is people. Because a business will only fail if people let go of it. If I set up, me and my business partner have this business together, as long as me and him keep pouring into it, we keep agreeing that our main goal is to improve, we keep providing value for our clients, our business will never fail. Because if we continue to give to the market, and the market values us to the point where it gives us back the monetary equivalent, which is money, then we will never go out of business. So I look at it and say, as business is an organism, let's look at it from any other stance in life. If I planted a plant and 2 months go by and the plant dies and a farmer comes to me and says, your plant has died. The farmer wouldn't say, yo, your plant is terrible, your plant is rubbish, that's why your plant has died. The farmer would say to me, Diani, what's going on? What didn't you do? Did you not water the plant? Did you not provide it enough nutrients? Did you not put it near the sun so it could photosynthesize? Did you not do any of these things? And the reason why I say this is, it's the same thing with business. If your business is failing, or your business is crumbling, or those businesses, 9 out of 10 businesses fail, don't look at it like business is the reason why it failed. It's the fact that the people didn't do something right. They didn't go towards and do the things that were necessary for this business to survive. Break down business into first principles. It's a bunch of systems. There's lead generation, getting clients in. There is customer fulfillment. There's ensuring that the role is done correctly. The product is being delivered. Post-sale treatments. There's customer service. There's so much that goes into a business. And all of these things can be systemized. So if a couple of these things are missing, like let's say you go into a business, but you don't have lead generation down, well, of course your business is going to fail. You don't have clients. If you have terrible customer service, so clients come in, they experience your product, some of them may not be happy, and you don't know how to deal with them. Every time a client comes, you say, it's your fault, you're crazy, you're a psychopath. Then your clients will just go out and destroy reputation. Your business will fail. So once again, we look at it and say, it's not the business that fails. It's not 9 out of 10 businesses that fail. It's that people have let go of the business and they weren't doing something right. It's the people who fail. And the way that I look at it is quite egotistical, as I try to be as humble as possible, but I do understand that I have a lot of characteristics and qualities about myself which will take me far in life. If I see that this person has failed, I will just do what they didn't do. And I won't do what they did. If I know this person didn't care about lead gen, I'll care about lead gen. If I know this person didn't care about customer service, I'll care about customer service. I will do exactly what is necessary for my business to go far. And I will do what they don't do. And I won't do what they did. And I will learn from their mistakes. And I'll take it with me to go into my own venture. So the whole point is, if you look at it from that standing point and you say, hold on a minute, business is an organism. Sure, the businesses have failed and the people have let those businesses fail. So let me learn what they did so I can not do what they did. And let me learn from the mistakes that they did so I cannot do them. And let me find out, okay, what is the good things I need to do and implement that into my business. Point number 3, and this is to touch upon what I was talking about from the age of 13. And I think 9 out of 10 businesses fail. So what? Why from the start are you even allowing a statement like that to enter your mind? And I say this because from the age of 13, I didn't hear about this statement. It's only when I hit 16 that I first ever hear about this. And if you go back into the video, I said that by 16, I had my third business. So I say this because it took me 3 attempts to go in for me to hear such a statement. And I still didn't even care. I never let a statement like that even affect me. I'll give you something else close to that. Marriage. A lot of people say the divorce rate is around 50 to 60%. It's going crazy. But I look at it and say, are you still dating? Are you still trying to find the love of your life? If yes, why are you not listening to the statistics? Why are you not doing the exact same thing that you're currently doing for business? Why are you not looking at it and saying, hold on a minute, if 60% of marriages divorce, or 50% of marriages divorce, so essentially we say 50 to 60% of relationships fail and end, why don't I avoid a relationship? But you're not doing that. You're going afterwards and trying to find a spouse. You're trying to find somebody. You're trying to be the person who beats the odds. So I look at it and say to you, why can't you do the same thing for your dream? For that goal that you want to achieve? For that business you want to start? Don't even listen to a statement like that. And for me, I've always operated like that. I looked at it and said, I don't care if 9 out of 10 businesses fail, because I'm not those people. I don't like in Christianity we have a saying, that's not part of my portion. I don't even look at it like it's part of my portion. It's not something that will happen to me. And are my businesses that have failed? Sure. I keep going on. I keep going on. I keep moving on. If 9 out of 10 businesses fail, I have 18 businesses. I'll have 18 attempts. Because then at least I know at least there's a 2-time chance likelihood of me having a successful business. 27, 3 times chance of likelihood of me having a successful business. I will do whatever I need to do to defeat the odds. I will go against every other person who says, yeah, avoid business. Because I say, I'm not you guys. I'll just look at what you're not doing and do that. And that is the exact way you must frame around seeing something like that. I say the same thing for marriage. If I know marriage, people are saying, 60% of marriages are gonna end in divorce, or 50% of marriages end in divorce. So that's nice. That's not gonna happen to my marriage. I'm gonna stay centered and focused on Christ. I'm gonna learn everything I need to learn to ensure my marriage will do well. I will do, say for example, like Hormozy did this, inverted thinking. Charlie Munger speaks about this, inverted thinking. I almost like to do the same thing with what Hormozy did. I'll go to a divorce course and find out everything that happens that causes divorce to happen, and I just won't do that. So the next time you hear somebody say 9 out of 10 businesses fail as a scapegoat to not go into business, just look at the person and say, so what? That's not going to stop me. Because the whole point is statistics are there to be broken. If every single person in this world listened to statistics, listened to what the crowd was saying, there'll be no entrepreneurs, there'll be no heroes, there'll be no winners. And one of the things that I love the most A statement said by Henry Ford. If he listened to his customers, all they wanted was faster horses. And I look at that and say, that is the same thing you should look at as this 9 out of 10 statement. We would all be having faster horses if we listened to the crowd. But you have people like Henry Ford who said, yeah, the crowd said faster horses, but I'm saying no, we're gonna have a car. I envision a mechanic that has 4 wheels, that drives, that is by the control of a man inside of this 4-door construction. And I will see this and I will attack it. And I won't stop until my imagination becomes a physical reality. And you must operate the exact same way for your business, for your goal, if you want to achieve it.